Welcome back to another episode of It's All Been Trekked Before. This time, the immunity syndrome. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We got a lot of thoughts on this, and you're going to see if you line up with it. Speaking of thoughts, Nikki tells you how to live your life. It's the YouTube series on IABD Presents. It's on our YouTube page. Season 1 is done. Go back, binge watch, get your life together. Thanks to Nikki. Nikki tells you how to live your life. How to not be a jerk. You name it, she's going to tell you how to live it, and it's got to be better than what you're doing now. No offense, but she will help you get it together. That's Nikki tells you how to live your life. Another way to get your life together, patreon.com/IABD. You can help yourself get your life together, help us get our life together. Support us here at IABDpresents.com, the IABD Presents Network. You support us, we do more stuff for you. The network grows, we do more content that you already love. And you get special content. Doesn't take much of a contribution. Check out all the details, patreon.com/IABD. Now, get all your shots and get ready for the immunity syndrome on It's All Been Trekked Before.
Welcome out to another episode of It's All Been Trekked Before. Most of the same group is here.
This is Steven.
And Keith.
And Colleen.
And Jessica.
And Jimmy-Jerome. I thought you were trying to seduce the amoeba.
I did too.
The sexual innuendo in this episode was top notch. We're minus Zoe.
Yep.
But other than that, we're all here. So if you don't like the baby gurgles, you're fine on this one. First impressions of the immunity syndrome.
I couldn't really remember this episode that well, as I mentioned, I think in the last our last podcast. Now I remember why. No, I remember it once we got into it.
I never did remember, even all the way at the end.
Yeah. It's not one of my favorites.
That's to put it kindly.
I'll just leave it at that for now. We'll get into the whys and hows.
It was an interesting idea in some ways, but it just kind of didn't really go
Yeah.
too nebulous, I guess.
Sure.
That was not
The
intentional.
episode, or
Really. Yeah.
Jess, Colleen?
I was amused, but I think it's because I amused myself. I don't think I was supposed to be amused.
we were left to our own devices, kind of.
I think it was fun if you didn't think about it too hard.
Yeah.
Are you on the last episode or this one?
This one.
Okay.
I mean, I felt like we could treat the other one as a joke because it treated itself as a joke.
Yeah.
This one took itself very seriously, so I had trouble treating it as a joke.
Yes.
And it wasn't... There were so many things that didn't make sense in it. It was not very well constructed. It wasn't cohesive.
Yeah, I didn't even think, like, a lot of the episodes that missed, I feel like there's a bunch of elements that didn't come together, or a bunch of elements we didn't explore enough. For me, this one, I just didn't care.
I think that's what it is. Something just kind of... Well, the McCoy writing was a little strange. I think
McCoy was never that brave and gung-ho to jump into things.
Yeah, I
He's
think
not
there
all
was,
about the science.
It felt very false.
Very false.
I mean, I can see him arguing we need to learn about this thing, but not him volunteering to go into it.
I can see him arguing that we shouldn't kill it outright.
Right.
It's a living thing.
Yes.
But yeah, no, he would never volunteer.
Well, the one line that I think rings true, which is he says the exact opposite, I think it's one of the better lines of the episode, is when he's doing his usual, I know we gave him crap about this a couple episodes, he's on the bridge barking out, well, I think we should do something else, and he said, you want my recommendation? Survival. Let's get out of here. And I was thinking the same thing, like, yeah, let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
And I thought it was...
Me too.
That part I really liked.
I mean, by that point, could they have? It seemed a little... that seemed a
They
little,
hadn't started trying to get out yet.
Yeah.
They just entered it.
Maybe they wouldn't have been able to, but it seemed like... It seemed like they could have avoided it.
Yes.
Yeah, when he's like, let's launch a probe, so they launched the one probe.
The probe
Right.
that
And
went
then he's
faster
like-
than Warp 1 because they were still at Warp. And he's like, I'm launching a probe into it, but we're not going to slow down. We're going to keep barreling towards
Yeah,
it.
and then we launched another probe, but that probe was the ship
Yeah.
into it. And I was like, why? 400 Vulcans just died like
Right.
8 minutes ago. Why are we going
And
into
an
this?
entire solar system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Billions
Which
of people.
Colleen asked the musical question, how does the starship die?
Well, they
Which
used
I agree.
the adjective dead to describe a lot of inanimate
Right.
objects in this. The solar system died. The starship died. There was another one at the end that I was just... I can understand the crew being dead, but they were like, the starship is dead.
Well, and Spock was like, all of the Vulcans and even the computer, I know, didn't know what this was. I'm like, how do you know what the computer knew?
It was a Vulcan computer. It was Vulcan produced.
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't think we ever see him do this stuff over distance again in this way.
Well, it's as if he heard a billion voices crying out, and then they were suddenly silenced.
I,
Again, Star Wars stole this from Star Trek. Again.
And then Star Trek stole it back for the 2009 movie when they destroyed Vulcan.
Yes.
Oops.
To piggyback on Colleen's thing about the computer dying, or the starship dying, or whatever.
Mm.
Later they say, that's the thing that killed the solar system. And I just imagine the headline, solar system killed, victim only 17 billion years old. Because they're describing it like, it killed the solar system. It
Wow.
stabbed it to death, or whatever.
Look, one planet made it out. It's limping.
This is why we need a stronger galaxy immigration policy.
Oh my god. Just build a wall.
When asked why, the amoeba said, "For Serbia."
Exactly.
World War I jokes.
Yes.
But I mean, like, stars die and they're not
Yeah.
technically alive.
That's true.
So the
Yeah.
galaxy, I could see. But
guess.
yeah, the ship is dead. I was like,
Well,
but it also,
I think it was at the end. Scotty said like the energy levels are dead or something, and it's like, I guess that one makes more sense to me, but
And then that's when
But
Kirk
still,
said,
But the
it
lights are
implies
still
that
on.
they were alive.
and the lights are
Energy
still
levels
on.
at 0.
Yeah.
I get that.
So was it the ship disintegrated or something, or shouldn't have been
guess.
debris or something,
yeah,
or
I don't
I'm not sure what was.
it got
The
absorbed.
giant amoeba
Yeah.
ate it.
Yeah, absorbed it into it.
Yeah, I just don't get how the energy was dead and they were
That's exactly
still
how
moving,
it
the
is.
systems were still working, and I don't know. And they said the Intrepid, they implied the Intrepid was a Starfleet ship, but Spock's the first Vulcan in Starfleet, so how did they have a whole Starfleet
Yeah.
ship full of Vulcans?
Well, those are the next
When the
400.
Vulcans get their own Starfleet.
He's the first, but then there's 400 more right after him.
They were 2 through 401. And then of course they stuck them on a separate ship, but equal, separate but equal. They and that's the thing I mentioned in a couple episodes. Like, and I think it may be in a mock time. Like, get to know Spock, get to know Vulcans. They're like, well, that doesn't make any sense. You could possibly sense that. Come on, you need to go to sickbay. You're obviously not well. It's like, okay, whatever. Get to know your Vulcans.
And then there's like, oh, there's an emergency, and his mind doesn't immediately go to, oh, it must be what Spock was talking about. His mind's like, oh
Yeah.
crap, my vacation's ruined. Okay. Even Uhura was acting like, oh, I don't have time for this. I'm just tired. I don't want to deal. Come on,
I was
really?
expecting at least to like, oh, these two might be connected.
Well, I thought Uhura
Yeah.
was just showing. We talked about. They wanted to show that they were very tired. They've been along. They've been doing a lot of planets, doing examinations of the people there, medical examinations as they always have to do. So Kirk was cranky. Uhura was sleepy.
I just saw something. I thought of something very funny about what you were just saying about getting to know your Vulcan. You got McCoy who wants to launch himself into this amoeba, but won't study the Vulcan who's on a ship.
Yeah,
To have
exactly.
scientific curiosity
That's
about
great,
like, hey, let's learn more from Spock.
McCoy's a
Tell me
racist,
more.
but not against amoebas, just
Right.
against Vulcans. Man.
Yeah, what if something's ever actually wrong with Spock?
Yeah, McCoy
He's not
doesn't.
gonna
Yeah.
know.
He figures it out. He
Yeah.
he never just like, oh, I don't know how to do this. Well, I did it.
What about the false drama of Kirk like McCoy? You tell them to get the shuttle ready.
Hilarious.
Spock, I'm sorry. Because you're gonna go and die!
What was that like? It was
You
like
are not the father. Yeah, what the
Yeah.
hell was that?
Maury Povich stole from Star Trek.
Yeah. Or shoot, who's the guy who got Mr. Universe wrong? Steve Harvey. It's
Steve Harvey stole that from Star Trek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like an American Idol gag or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry, but you're going to Vegas. The thing of like, you're
I
gonna have
wanted
pack
him to
your
go,
bags.
I'm sorry, Spock's going to the shuttle to get it ready for McCoy, to get it ready for Spock,
Yeah.
who's going to buckle McCoy's seatbelt.
I thought it was
And
more
the
like,
other shuttle that's not going.
or it was like the showcase show. Now get ready because you're going to Acapulco.
There aren't any seatbelts.
Nope,
You'd think.
there are none. We've talked
Until
about
the
this.
Kelvin's destroyed in the alternate
Yeah.
timeline, and then there are
Yeah.
seatbelts.
Like, everyone brace for impact. Nope.
They just kind of
That brings up my alternate episode
That's true.
that I thought of, is when Kirk's like, open up the intercom to the whole ship. We're entering the amoeba. And then there's some crew on the lower deck. What? What are we entering? What's going on? I don't know what's up there. Like, it's not like there's a shipwide news, 24-hour news network that says, we're standing outside the amoeba right now.
Well, actually, it was two crewmen, and one was like, we're entering the amoeba. Wait a minute. Doesn't he mean the amoeba or amoeba? I don't understand what he's saying. No, it's the amoeba. What amoeba? I don't know.
Or they were really high, like, dude, do we shrink?
Well, which leads to my alternate episode, which is the sick bay stimulant party. Because when they switched down
Just doing coke.
and they're just shooting everybody up, and the first 7 in there were all girls, and so I'm like, essentially, there's a rave going on in one of those cafeterias, and then
But they're shooting them up. The second Kirk's calling, before anything's even happened, he's already got a line. Like, as soon as the ship rocks, everybody's like, "Oh, get to McCoy, he's got the cocaine." I mean, it just made no sense.
no, McCoy was on it.
And then later, he's like, "Oh, there's a line out the door." Yeah, there was a line out the door before.
Right.
Your line started at the door.
Yeah. They've been getting high the last couple episodes.
Yeah, I feel like there should be another episode where Kirk has to come down and go through withdrawal. McCoy's like, "Can you handle another dose?"
Oh wow! What if they actually at the end you find out this is because they started hallucinating because of the drugs they're
the
taking?
amoeba was so
the whole
That's why the psychedelic.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That makes sense. Yeah.
You notice when everybody was like first got hit with the sound wave, Kirk was acting completely fine. Like it didn't affect him.
Yeah. Just one other thing for my, and I think we missed this when we looked at the effects. I like the effect of the lights being out and all that.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
So essentially, the rave, or it would either be a rave when they got all the stimulants, or Enterprise after dark. They turn all the lights down, and things get real sexy.
The innuendo in this episode was ridiculous. Every time we talked about the amoeba,
I thought it was lovely.
I feel like it was accidental.
it was.
I really feel like
yeah,
it
no,
was-
it
it was
wasn't-
a-
Yeah,
it
I said-
definitely wasn't
Area of
Kirk's fault.
penetration.
I wrote, "Stop
Yeah.
saying penetration.
Yeah.
Stop saying
It was a
penetration."
wholesome time.
It will be sensitive when we penetrate it.
Yeah.
and-
Especially since I couldn't help but snicker every time they said penetration, because I'm 12.
Yeah, they definitely did have dark effects in the original effects. The
Yeah.
ship was still full
It
of
looked really cool.
like normal.
Oh yeah. I like that. The effectiveness was looked
Yeah.
really good.
And the updated effects. Although we thought the inside of the amoeba looked better in the old version.
Yes.
More psychedelic, splattered paint.
Yeah.
We had some good ship shaking around.
I
falling
feel
off
like this is the
ladders.
most we've
A
had.
lot.
This
Kirk
is like
throwing
the-
Chekhov into a chair.
This is like the classic what everyone spoofs when they do a Star Trek takeoff.
Yeah, although Kirk was just by the end.
But the last one, he's like, I'm just spinning
Yeah.
my chair.
We
Yeah.
I wish it just went all the way around.
like he even looked at me.
Yeah, her is getting thrown around, then that one random guy just comes in from off screen. Hits the
Topples
floor.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jess was surprised when Chekhov got up and somebody immediately took his station.
Yeah.
But that's every episode.
And
There's
that
like
lady just walked in. I'm like, where'd you come from?
there's like auxiliary stations on the side of the bridge,
You just can't
and when
see.
they fill in, yeah,
Supposed.
Next man or woman up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next person.
I think it's pretty well established in the canon that happens.
Yeah.
They don't leave the navigation unattended.
Speaking of that,
That guy was just like.
wasn't that Kyle?
Getting the shot.
Wasn't he
There
the
was, like,
helmsman?
passing out. Oh, not the helmsman.
Okay, I
The
thought it was
helmsman
Kyle.
wasn't Kyle.
Helmsman
No.
Okay.
named Helmsman. Kirk didn't know his name.
Because he called him
Yeah.
Powell.
Chekhov, this guy.
He's like Helmsman.
Cal later, he gave a accommodation to Cal.
Yeah, because I thought it was Kyle, so I thought he was calling him Cowell. I was like, I thought it was Kyle.
No, it
Okay,
wasn't Kyle.
because I thought we had Kyle and Paskey together for once, but
No,
Paskey back from the dead.
Lieutenant Leslie.
Leslie, Leslie. Paskey's the actor.
Yes.
The one thing I did like about her being tired was, I felt like she was giving me bedroom eyes. That was the only positive.
So it looked like McCoy had a new shirt or something, or
The
he was
shiny shirt.
he was
Shiny.
Well, he's worn that before.
yeah. Well, I mean, it looked like
The
material.
shiny short
Yeah, the
sleeve.
material. Oh, I never noticed it
Yeah.
being shiny before. I thought maybe it just got laundered and everyone else's didn't.
No,
Makes
no, his is a different material. That's his party material when he gets out the stimulants.
Yeah, short
It's his
sleeve.
DJ outfit.
So
You've never seen the ship's laundromat?
No, we have not.
Yeah.
Next gen, we see their barber.
never,
Obviously,
I guess
those
they would have
sideburns
to,
don't get the
yeah.
way-
never think about that.
I thought when they go in and they think they can't see anything, the stars are gone.
Mhm.
Why didn't they try just turning the screen on and off first? Because
Unplug it.
later Kirk says, "Put the view screen on full," and I'm like, I figured it was on all the time, but it's like, "Hey, turn it back
Well,
on."
the power was down. The
Well,
power
sure,
was dead.
fair.
The
That's
power
fair.
had died.
Well,
But
they,
I thought they should have checked that first, before deciding the stars were gone.
they have it on a screensaver that has like fish
Is that?
or something when it's.
I didn't like that
Actually,
the
yeah,
darkness had a border.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
felt like it should have just been darkness.
the zone of darkness.
Yeah, the Zod. The zone of
You wouldn't know where the
darkness.
zone of darkness ended without that. Then.
Superman actually
Yeah.
copied from Star Trek, but went back in time to do so because
Sure.
Zod premiered in 1961. I double checked,
Oh, is that right?
but
Oh, okay.
you know, Superman just flew backwards around the Earth to spin it backwards,
course.
and created Zod, like in the
like in the middle.
The seminal film.
So the thing without the border, you would just go, oh, those stars are just really far apart right
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
Yeah, no, but that
Right.
would have been
Right.
more realistic
Yeah.
view of it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, was it a hole in space or was it?
No, it was
'Cause it-
just like a pocket of no energy. That
Well,
was
So
all.
when I started to look at it, it looked like it was sort of like a
Do
gate to
amoeba
something.
have? They have an outline. Do they have an outline? Right.
Yeah.
They have a cellular border.
But that was
I'm glad I
so
have
the amoeba
scientists.
was deep inside the thing. I just didn't think it makes sense that there was a border on the darkness.
I thought the whole thing was an amoeba.
Ah.
I was gonna say was amoeba.
Was Anne?
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of abandoned plot threads. Like the
Yeah.
needing the vacation didn't really play into anything.
No.
I
Well,
mean,
they just come from the gangster planet and they're like, oh man, we
Well,
just
yeah.
those guys.
Other than maybe it explains why Kirk just kept asking Spock the same question over and over,
I know.
as if he was getting a different answer, and then he wasn't happy about it. It's just like he just told.
Oh
he's
yeah,
telling
that
you
was
everything.
really weird. I mean, I guess
that was his way of showing he was being affected by
Yeah, I
it.
think
Yeah,
they're
but it was
playing
just-
up the irritation, but I mean, still,
It
it's-
worked because it made me irritated.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor Spock kept looking into his glaucoma machine. And still no readings, Captain.
What did I just say? What did I?
I'm sorry, Captain. I blinked.
I can
The
tell you
puff
more
of air
things it
was just
isn't.
too much. Just-
I didn't see
Oh,
the audio.
man.
I always anticipate that. I'm sorry. I always anticipate. Give me one more try. I'm ready this time. I'm not going to move my eyes. Oh, damn it. Okay. You know what? Can we do this tomorrow?
So they
I'm
launched,
too tired.
so they launched him in the shuttle to take readings, right?
Yeah.
But they knew they were gonna have trouble staying in contact with him because of what's going on.
Right.
So why did they like have a wire or a cord or something, a
Like
tether
with two,
Yeah.
like with 2 cups.
Two
to
cups.
get? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Wait, what? The,
I mean, I feel like there's some way they could have kept in contact. Like, okay, instead of just setting him off on his own, let's
oh,
like
Spock in the shuttle. Yeah.
put some type of cable that we could talk to him and attach. I don't know.
The Galileo 7 is a Maverick ship. This doesn't even need.
They should have sent Yeoman Mirrors with him. Yeoman do nothing with him.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, why didn't they just sacrifice her?
Doesn't have the science training, I guess. You know, that's,
Yeah.
Should have brought
You have to
back
have the
Yeoman
best
Rand
science
so
person
she
on the
had
ship.
a Ending.
Somebody.
I did think it was weird when McCoy came to the bridge with a nurse, and it wasn't Chapel, but she had her hair.
Yeah.
So, like, for a second, I'm like, oh, it's not Chapel. But then Chapel was in sickbay, so she was in the episode.
She was there working, yeah.
Just
So,
the way that Barbara does nurse hairdos.
Ah.
Just like give you the nurse.
Or Chapel
Yeah,
started
just-
the trend.
It could be that too.
She's a trendsetter.
She wants to move up in the medical office, so she's imitating.
Yeah.
well, they always go in and they say, I want to try something different. And he always makes it look exactly the same. They all look like Chapel. Except for her. She
Janice.
doesn't take
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, and Janice Rand.
Janice Rand had her own style.
So-
So they're like, you're getting sexually assaulted too much, nobody else gets the beehive. It must be the hair.
It's a precautionary
It
measure.
must be the hair.
It's a precautionary measure. Because our men just cannot control themselves. Were they all sweating because the power was going down? Was
I
that
guess.
They're just nervous.
Well, how did power just come back automatically when they blew up the amoeba? Like,
Well,
the
the-
power was dead.
It's the
Well-
it's the magic release of energy back into
Exactly.
the sources. You know, it's like the
No.
it's mystical. You know, just like
Uh-huh.
it's
No.
like an Indiana Jones gonna
Well, yeah, that's a good question. Because whatever they're using to generate energy,
Had been drained of energy.
maybe they just weren't putting it in the right
See,
terms. Because
That's what I was kind
I
of thinking.
think-
Like maybe the generator keeps going, and it, I mean,
Right.
but
It-
the reserve power is what they were talking about as being drained
yeah,
or something. In the
yeah,
And they kept saying
Yeah.
we're using up all our power, but power's only been down 50%.
yeah,
And
They
I-
weren't consistent
I
at
can
all.
yeah.
No.
90% of the time they were 50% wrong. Yeah, I can keep track of all the numbers. I'm like, what? You're not making. And then they're like the whole antimatter thing and all that. It's-
Oh, yeah.
Well, it was written by.
That.
I was gonna say it was written by Gene Roddenberry, but that's just created by. It was written by Robert Sabaroff,
Severoff.
who is famous for some movies I don't know. He did write a couple episodes of Next Generation.
Seems like an oxymoron, doesn't it?
Famous
for things.
Famous
you
for
don't know.
nothing.
And this was the only episode of the original series he wrote, but he wrote
Okay.
2 episodes of Next Gen.
Huh.
But I don't recognize either of those episode titles from Next Gen, so.
It's a totally manufactured moment, but I think it actually lands okay. Is when McCoy goes with Spock and whatever, and Spock's like, yeah,
Wish me luck.
do what you humans do. Wish me luck. And then
Aw.
McCoy waits. Like I said, the whole thing up until that is totally manufactured of them fighting over. Well, I'm gonna go. No, I'm gonna go. But that's. I think that I do like that moment.
And the payoff later where Spock's like, he should have wished me luck.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
McCoy says something and Spock's like, yes, Captain McCoy.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
shut up, Spock, we're coming to save you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then McCoy gives that nod. That very definitive nod.
This is what we're doing. My foot is down.
I liked at the beginning too when McCoy was telling him he needs to go to sick bay.
Mm-hmm.
And Spock's oh, you humans, you're more concerned with one death than you are with all of these.
Yeah.
And maybe if you were more concerned with more people, then you wouldn't have such a bloody
Bloody
history.
pest.
I was
Sick
like,
burn.
One, rude. 2, accurate. Crack me up. They crack me up when they're together.
Yeah, they've got great chemistry. They are the relationship of the show, I think.
Colleen has a note.
I wonder if it's the one this one versus my third note, but go ahead. I want to hear it.
It made me laugh when
Sorry.
I don't remember what specifically it was referring to, but Kirk tells Chekhov to make it work, and I said Tim Gunstall from Star Trek.
Make it so.
That's not what I thought. Okay, my thought was you were making note of ready for lunch.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Ready for lunch.
Well, that was the. This is another thing I stole from Star Trek. There was, and this ties back to our last episode when we talked about Gilligan's Island.
Mm.
So Bob Denver was on a series called the Space Nauts or something like it. It's one of those Saturday morning things in whatever live action things, and so the guy said he wanted lunch, and Bob Denver's character thought he said launch, so he hit
my
launch,
God.
and they got launched into space and stuck on a planet. So that's what I think of when I hear that. I can't remember the other actor in it, but
Bob Denver was in that with Gary Cole, who was in Apollo 13 with Kevin Bacon.
They actually-
I have to look that up now. It wasn't. I think it was the Space Nuts. So it was
Oh my
supposed to
God,
be like
that-
Space Nuts, but it was Space Nuts.
They actually made a reference sort of like that in Teen Titans Go, where they did this whole, like, there was like this week of Gilligan's Island things they were doing. Like, so this whole thing with them being stranded on an island, they kept doing all these, like every new episode was like another kind of different take on the spoof. And one episode where they're getting ready to escape, there was this like a launch button or something like that, or a lunch button. I think there was like one next to the other or something. He was doing,
that's
like,
exactly
the whole,
what happened. Yeah,
It was weird. Yeah.
It was kind of like the thing we talked about with Kirk can either call down engineering or launch somebody into space with the 5 buttons on his console.
Yeah.
Were you talking about Gilligan's Planet? Oh no, Far Out Space Nuts.
That's it.
There
Yeah.
was a
Real.
series called Gilligan's Planet
Wow.
that Bob Denver voiced Gilligan in. That was an animated show that aired 13 episodes in 1982. Because we need to learn about this.
1982,
Where it's the same passengers that got shipwrecked in the TV show get space shipwrecked on a distant planet.
What?
Somehow I don't believe
And the
Oh my
skipper
God.
actually looks like it's all the original cast.
No.
Yeah, sure is.
Wow.
Sure is.
Oh, and Space Nuts had this alien creature. That, it's
Oh,
like,
Sort of
God.
elf.
Does not look like an
yes, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Looks like an elf. Eats cats. Chuck McCann. That's who played the other person on Far Out Space Nuts. Only lasted 15 episodes, believe it or not.
I
have to
believe it.
now.
Incredible as it sounds.
Believe it or not, I watched all 15. Also, I was 8.
You're forgiven.
Just kidding.
Yeah, this is probably about the time I actually started watching Star Trek.
And then you stopped watching Space Nuts?
No, because I love Gilligan's Island then too. So
Did
I
you watch the
I would watch
anim-
anything with Bob Denver in it.
Yeah.
There was an animated Gilligan's Island called The New Adventures of Gilligan.
Yes.
Did you watch that one as
I
well?
did,
2
yes.
seasons with
Yeah.
the same cast?
I did.
Man, I didn't realize there was so much Gilligan spinoff.
Oh yeah. And like none of them were really ever really successful, which is the weird thing. Even the original series is 3 seasons,
Yeah, it wasn't.
much like Star Trek. But Star Trek went on.
Rescue from Gilligan's Island was only the first of several TV movies.
Yeah, there were a bunch.
The
Yeah.
Castaways in Gilligan's Island, the Harlem Globetrotters
Yep.
in Gilligan's Island.
Yep.
Oh, the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah, that was a
I never
movie. That
found
wasn't
it.
just an
Yeah.
episode.
They're in the Scooby Doo too.
Yeah.
I wrote this down. I thought they said this, but they didn't. I just thought they did. The whole episode just seems like forever that they're in that thing, and
Yeah.
it feels like they're just waiting to die. And I also wrote, I felt like slow death for me watching the episode because they keep just talking about we're gonna die,
Yeah.
we're gonna die, and how much more time they had than the Intrepid. And I'm like, well, okay, yeah. I wish that you guys were more like the Intrepid.
Do you like how they gave up on Spock 30 minutes after he launched his shuttle?
Yeah.
Just because they lost contact?
Well, that's
I
it.
mean, it's 30 minutes. That's not even. And Kirk takes the time with 45 minutes left to die to go to his quarters. Just to, you know.
I was gonna, yeah. As soon as they lose contact, oh, okay. That
He's
second,
dead.
Yeah.
Chekhov's measuring the drapes in Spock's room.
Chekhov's already readjusting the
Measuring the
the
drapes.
glaucoma machine for him.
They had,
Normally he
the
doesn't
me-
adjust
measuring,
it because
the measuring
Spock
the
would-
drapes imagery. Just,
he had enough time to do a captain's log. I was like, is this the time.
I was about to say that.
He always does that.
The thing about the episode being so super serious is just they even like put a couple of eulogies in there, or a couple of epitaphs or wills in there. The whole of
Spock's
If I
and
don't
then
survive.
that.
yeah.
Oh my god, I don't know. Just it feels like you don't really get to do very many of those in a series without it just not working. So they got to use it up on this.
You're right.
And I didn't feel like it was earned.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
That's
Like
the thing.
Chekhov didn't do anything special in this episode.
No.
Why does he get a special commendation
Yeah.
at the last minute? You know?
Well, because he hit the launch button instead of the lunch button. Because if he'd hit the lunch button, you'd have that chef down there like, they're all turkeys.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
But I have no more notes other than based on Jessica's interpretation of how the thing ate the solar system.
Oh god, no.
Yeah, and
I
so
don't remember that one.
So I feel like
Man.
it ate the solar system. It's like, you know what?
Need some fava beans.
Just a little, just a little snack, just a little something to top it off. Oh, there's a starship. Now I'm good.
But I did for like
Vulcan
vocabulary, I guess. How they're like, oh, someday it could take over the whole galaxy. I'm like, if you have only made it past one galaxy, this is not a very good
What?
Starfleet.
I like to think they're like, it's just one cell, right? How many cells are we? We're millions of cells. So if it turns into us, I'm like, really? Because how many amoebas turn into humans?
Right.
Like,
Eating.
yeah, it's not like we're walking
Yeah.
around the planet going, oh, that amoeba in that puddle's all of a sudden going to grow. I mean, it just doesn't
No,
make
'cause
sense.
we
So
can't.
Jimmy's a
Like,
creationist.
we need some.
I am. God put the amoebas in their place.
Yeah.
4,000
They
years
can't
ago.
evolve.
He put it in the Enterprise's path. So,
Right.
yeah. And Spock prayed to his Vulcan god, and that's how he survived in this episode.
Of
His
course.
lips were very red while he was on the little ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
He
shuttle
had
got
some
its-
red lips, son.
The shuttle got its power back too. He's like, I'm dying. I've got no life support. Now I'm fine.
Yeah.
Once the amoeba blew up.
Yeah.
That reminds me a
Because it
couple
wasn't
of
training
episodes
power
ago, the one that I missed or watched earlier today
Uh-huh.
was McCoy actually saying out of your Vulcan mind, which I thought was just something that people made up like a joke. I didn't think they
The
actually ever said
gamesters
it.
of
Yeah.
Triskelion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says that in the movie.
If I say it right, I get a mental pat on the back.
Yeah. Would somebody say, "Are you out of your American mind?"
I
guess they would.
Would you? Are you out of your woozly mind?
That I could hear. Hear it all the time. They just use less kind words for woozly mind.
Oh.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colleen, have any more notes? Keith?
Nope.
Yes.
No.
I would like someone to write the song "How Does the Starship Die," or just include that in it as a lyric.
I would like to never watch this episode again.
Oh, now you can. It's
Until we start over again at the end. Is that
Oh
what we're going
my
to do?
God.
No, it's not what we're going to do.
Zod's gonna host that one. She'll start that one.
Yeah, but I'm,
And we'll tell
I'm
her to
taking
skip
that
it.
week off.
Colleen says that'll be grounds for divorce. I think
Nice.
if it starts over again.
Oh, I thought you just meant based on this episode.
No.
You can start over again, but only if you skip immunity syndrome.
Your Honor, clearly making anybody watch the immunity syndrome a second time is just cruel and inhumane.
Yeah. Like we want to punish those that want to come in for next gen only. You have to watch the immunity syndrome.
Yes.
Oh my god.
No, we're not going to do that.
2 times.
We talked about punishing them by making them watch the worst episode, like Spock's Brain or something. But then I was like, that kind of defeats the whole purpose. We should make them watch the best episode, like
So they
Sitting
can
on the Edge of
mix it,
Forever. Yeah. Where do we want to rank this one?
All right.
I'm gonna have to go lower than the gangsters already. We're just
Well,
going.
Gamesters,
Yeah.
we ranked.
I mean gangster, like the mob.
Oh, well, yeah, obviously. Yeah, you weren't here, Keith, when we ranked Gamesters of Triskelion. We ranked it second to last, right above Catspaw.
Wow. Okay, let me think about. Really?
Yeah.
Huh?
You disagree?
No, I don't know. I'm just trying to.
We thought it was pretty
Take
bad.
that
What's above Gamesters?
Obsession.
Oh, wow.
So are you saying
Oh, the
you rank
Moby-
this
the
above
Moby Dick
Gamesters?
one?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay,
I would,
just checking.
I would not.
So this is below Gamesters. Are we
Yeah.
all agreed?
I think.
Sure. I didn't watch it.
Is this
Yeah.
Is this below Catspaw?
So that's the one with the cat in a tunnel or something.
Yeah.
I barely took that one in. I think I was watching it
There
at
are
home though.
witches.
So
There's a cat that becomes giant and walks through a tunnel and
I-
they're running from it.
My dream.
It was a bad episode, but
It's got a great ending, but I almost feel like I can't rate Catspaw above this. But if you guys want to, I won't fight you.
This is not worse than Cat's Paw.
You think it's worse? Okay. So we'll put it above Cat's Paw. Below Gamesters of Triskelion.
So Obsession was there a Commodore or something like that
That was
that came over?
the cloud. Not well, one of the clouds.
Yes.
I needed
One of the many clouds.
smells-
Oh yeah, he was trying
honeysuckle.
to
Yeah, the honeysuckle.
making them chase the cloud and everything. It was like, oh, we,
Yo, yeah, the
shoot him
Moby Dick
again.
episode.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I would have put this below Cat's Paw just because Cat's Paw was like a month or two ago when we watched it, and this is fresh. And I can't imagine anything being worse than this right now.
See, this is the definition of recency bias.
Yep.
I mean, I will say though,
Fresh hell.
if we're looking back at season 1, I would rank this above Tomorrow is Yesterday.
Okay, yeah, me too.
Tomorrow is Yesterday is still the worst episode.
The
That one
with the-
still hurts.
One with the Air Force for the
Yes.
Yeah.
60s. And,
Yeah, I'd put it below Alternative Factor, but above Tomorrow is Yesterday. If we had to go back to season 1.
Oh, wow, it's close to Alternative Factor. For me. It hits the same boredom
It
factor
hits
for me.
the same boredom, absolutely.
It's
But
so boring. I use the word factor to describe the
That could
alternative
be-
factor.
That could be a recency thing as well.
It
And
could
I'm like,
be.
oh yeah, it's worse than the Alternative Factor. And I watch the Alternative Factor again. No. We're not watching that one again either.
No. Yeah, we should come up with a list at the end. The worst ones that should just be shot out into space and nobody can ever watch them again.
I'm pretty
Until
sure
they're encountered again in a shuttle.
Except
like
for
the con shuttle.
criminals on death row.
there were only 3 in season 1 I said I will not watch again if I can avoid it. It was those 2, Alternative Factor, Tomorrow's Yesterday, and Charlie X. I think those are the only 3 that
Wow.
I think I would watch Charlie X for fun.
Charlie,
I
I don't
wanted-
know,
I
man.
hated
It's bad,
Charlie
but
X.
and you're right. We
It's-
couldn't
it's
make
not
them watch that
bad in the same
that
way.
would violate the Eighth Amendment against cruel and inhumane punishment. So we couldn't make prisoners on death row watch
Charlie
that
X.
or
Oh,
all
yes.
these episodes we're gonna name, which will be mostly third season episodes.
But
Yeah,
there's no way Charlie X is as bad as something like this, though. It's not the
No.
same kind
See,
of.
I thought
That's true.
Charlie X is more interesting, and maybe it's because it was early on too. Is there's more stuff to discover.
I just thought it was a really bad episode.
It's not a good
but
episode.
yeah, this season there's only 2 that I would like say aren't watchable. It's this one and Cat's Paw. So far, we still got another 10 episodes or so to go.
Yeah, wow, we're trucking.
Or not even 10. I don't think we are trucking very fast. Men, women of Star Trek.
Wow.
I'm sticking
I'm
with,
sticking with,
Bella's Gunmall.
Yeah,
Um,
enthusiastically.
As hot as the amoeba was, I'm gonna stick with Yeoman Tankris.
Oh, fuck.
Keith.
Well, until this amoeba merges with something else, I guess, just out of nowhere. Then
What about Yeoman the World? Where
The
Kirk,
World?
the yeoman at the end, where what was
Oh.
Kirk's line?
He did that at the beginning and the end. He bookended the lovely.
The
He checked a
world
yeoman
or
out
the
the top.
planet or-
I don't know if it's the same yeoman, but he checked
No,
one
they're
out the
two
top.
different.
It was
two
too
different. The one I know, the one at the end was pretty hot, but I was just
Yeah.
like, the world or the planet or something. When
And-
he looked right at her when he said it.
And I thought the one at the
Sigh.
end rolled her eyes.
yeah, I think so too. Okay, I'm gonna go with that. Yeoman Roller Eyes. That's what I'm calling her. She's Native American. Yeoman rolls her eyes, and
We got
Keith-
snugs riled up when we started talking about Cat's Paw.
Oh god, he's being annoying. Keith's sticking with Merged Headford.
Of course.
Colleen.
I'm sticking with Scruffy Man.
Come with Decker.
I think she's sticking with Decker
Spock's
until
suit stays?
until the motion
Yeah.
picture.
It's hot. I like it.
Well, season 3 she has to reset. That's what.
Oh, that's
how
right.
we
You're
roll.
right. You're right.
That's how we roll. Although this season we've had a lot of staying power. I think Decker you've had since like episode 5 of the season.
I missed a bunch too.
You did, but you picked him a bunch as well.
Yeah.
And Headford you've had a long time.
Well, you made a commitment.
Yes. Yeah.
I would break that commitment.
If
If I had made the commitment, I probably wouldn't break it. but
were you there for that
this
episode? I can't
purpose-
remember. No.
No.
The idea is this guy was stranded on a planet
It's
for
another clown
for
episode.
years, and he falls for the first woman he sees, and just decides to stay on the planet with her forever.
Wow.
And yeah,
Dedication.
there you go.
And I think we're back to the Gilligan's Island scenario again.
Yeah. No kidding. He was the professor.
Yes,
Next week, was it A Private Little War?
I think so.
We will watch A Private Little War, which is about a war
What?
that's private.
But little.
Like inside.
What,
And it's little. Actually, peaceful primitive peoples get caught up in the struggle between superpowers,
Aw.
with Kirk unhappily trying to restore the balance of power disrupted by the Klingons. I feel like we already saw that episode.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
feel like
that's
this is
weird.
a different take and is like one of the in my mind, the way I remember it, it was a little underrated episode. But
This is the one with the
We'll see.
Mugato. Mugato?
Yeah.
Mugato?
Got to?
yeah.
Yes.
I think this has a lot of exterior shots. Oh yeah,
It's like the
This is
Bumble.
amazing.
looks like the.
I had him as an action figure too.
It looks like the creature that's on I forgot, the Twilight Zone episode that Shatner's in. Looks like the creature on the wing.
That they stole from Star Trek?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Well,
think
no.
you might have a contender for women as well in
Oh,
that episode.
That's another reason this is one of my underrated gems, I believe.
And you get to see Kirk and McCoy
Whoa,
in like
whoa,
little
Whoa.
like native vests
Oh,
and
yeah.
cat and brown pants. So yeah, I feel like this is going to be more promising.
It already, yeah. The way I remember it, I really like
I
this
think it's
episode.
definitely going to be better than the Immunity.
It's one of those that people don't remember, but it's a good one.
But
And
yeah,
it is a Kirk returns to a planet where he spent time 13 years before, so there's
Oh, there you go.
backstory.
emotional
So
backstory.
we'll see. That is episode 19 of the season.
Wow.
In a season where there are only 26
Okay.
in season 2,
Alright.
down from season 1. So yeah, we're getting into the final stretch.
We'll be watching your whale movie
Nazi
before you know.
Spock is 3 episodes in the future.
Oh my gosh. I gotta see that.
So yeah, Private Little War. Join us next week. Until then,
Do not watch
do
this
not watch
episode again.
this. If you want to, live long and prosper.